Hey there, plushies! I'm your friend the Devil Let's Play SpiderMwa. Welcome you back to West of Loathing. As we left off, we got to this new mine area, and we did some stuff. Well, actually, I found a lot of new areas that we need to get to. But for now, we're just gonna be exploring this area, and probably some other places, because... Let me see, I need to find out more info about what we can do. That's what we are here to do, to find out what exactly we can do. So, did I search these? Yeah, I already searched them. I found the skull. We saved the foreman from here. So what was this place called? The Jumble Neck Mine. There was something about this Jumble Neck Mine. Apparently I can go exchange evil items in here for XP. So let's go into the mine and check it out. Yeah, exactly. Check it out. This elevator is pretty dusty inside and doesn't appear to have it been maintained for quite a while. It does still seem functional, but the control lever is chained and padlocked. You also notice that the shaft is totally silent. You'd expect to hear the rumbling of minecarts and the clanking of pickaxes echoing up from below, but there's nothing. Good thing I got the key, because apparently lockpick 3 would be the skill that I needed for this. I really need to get that skill, but it's 1,000 XP. You unlock the lever with the foreman's key and give it a yank. The elevator shudders as it begins to descend, accompanied by the sound of clanking chains and grinding pulleys. Very quickly it becomes too dark to see, and you pull out your lantern. Very slowly the elevator reaches its destination. You pull the door open and peer into the gloom. Okay. This minecart is full of rocks. There doesn't look to be anything special about them. Give the cart a shove. Oh yeah, I know this place. Someone left their pickaxe here. I guess this is what they call environmental storytelling. Good, an old pickaxe. A worn old pickaxe you found in the abandoned Jumble Neck Mine. It has the initials HH carved into the handle. Not much good for mining anymore, but you can still knock someone's head off with it.
There's a weapon. Very interesting. Although I do have the cactus, which is so much better.
It's a headless skeleton. Skullless. Skullless. Looks like there was a cave in. Check it out. What do you think, Pete?
I think this was no natural cave-in.
What do you mean?
I mean, someone put out this old delivery line. You can tell by the stretch fractures in the rock, you see, here and there.
No, but I'll take your word for it. Okay. So I guess that's what we need to do here. I need to put some... give it a shove. You put your shoulder over to the minecart and give it a shove. It trundles down the track and bunks into the big pile of rocks. It looks like the lever controls the junction in the minecart tracks. Pull it. Looks like this lever controls... It makes a satisfying kerchunk noise. You put the shoulder and it appears in the next room. After a moment you hear a distant clank noise. Looks like someone forgot their lunchbox down here. They must be real hungry by now. Pretty much everything inside is crumbled into dust except for a waxed paper sandwich bag and some raisins that probably weren't intended to become raisins. So we got a paper bag and raisins. What does the paper bag do? Increases melee damage by 15! 100% all natural raisins created by the ravages of time. So, yeah, previously known as plums, but now they're raisins. This wax paper sandwich bag didn't do its job very well, though to be fair, 6 months is a long time to expect the sandwich to stay fresh. Well, it depends on how you package it, and if you freeze it, then the sandwich will be good for a very long time. This is a crate of old dynamite. Dynamite gets very dangerous when it ages, but I know better than to try to stop you from taking a stick if you've decided you want one. I have decided that. You pick up a stick of old dynamite. I don't recommend you do a lot of hopping up and down while you're carrying that. All depends on which one of the walks we get. The nitroglycerin is starting to sweat out of this dynamite and crystallize on the outside. That's dangerous. This makes it extremely dangerous, and you should probably not try to use it in a fight. I mean, you also shouldn't be carrying it around in your pockets, but it's a little late for that warning. Yeah, when nitroglycerin starts to sweat out from dynamite, that means it's extremely unstable and very, very, very volatile. In other words, don't attempt to move it. Get an expert. Exactly, you know, that kind of hopping and up and down, Dave, that we're talking about. You just did. This minecart is full of rocks. There doesn't look to be anything special about them. Stick that old dynamite in there. To wedge a stick of the unstable old dynamite into my cart. This can't possibly go awry. Some kind of rusty old spring-loaded ratcheting mechanism with an activation lever. It appears to have latched onto the minecart and locked into place. Pull it. The lever mechanism rusted and stuck. This is going to require something heavier duty than a can of oil, seems like. Well, give it a shove. The minecart seems to be locked into some kind of mechanism. Right! Now it's stuck, and I don't have the tool to unstuck it with. Unless that's what I need to do. Shit. Yep. I need to find out how to get that free. Because pulling this lever doesn't work because it only just works on the rails. Well, let's ride the elevator back up and figure out what kind of an item I need to get that thing loose. Oh well. Since we done that, let's see. We should go back to the SpiderMwa mine because apparently I can do a lot of stuff in there. Arg! Hey, you got the same kind of headband as I do. A shirtless man in tight stretchy pants charges at you out of nowhere.
No more mushroom, no more yoker, no more exploring my inner consciousness while running in place. I'm gonna kill something, kill an idiot!
Holy jeez. Intimidate him. You put on your angriest face and puff up your muscles to look real imposing. Hold it right there, you. It isn't working, he's still charging at you. Okay, let's fight him. Got the jump on him. A Kurt's cult runaway. Oh, because I'm wearing the headband, all of these Kurt's cult people are attacking me. I forgot about that. Let's do the stench damage. Or maybe not. Do the spooky damage. Okay, this guy's strong. Very strong. There goes Pete. But I can do the 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. You are down and out. I got Kurt's fit pants. You knock the guy unconscious and take his pants. On the assumption that the constriction is probably squeezing all the blood out of his legs and overloading his brain. Hooray! Well, let's see how good these pants are compared to my current pants. So right now I'm wearing the thick leather pants, 5 muscle, 3 armor, and these are 7 muscle. Okay. Armor is gonna go down, but I don't care. These pants are very tight. To better show off your leg muscles. And something else, maybe. Now, let's see. We should actually, before we go here, let's go to the petting cemetery because I didn't notice those empty pedestals at the cemetery museum. Now we can actually talk to the guy and ask what about the missing skeletons. And he'll give us a, a quest. You see a few buildings off in the distance and spur Fluffy Butt toward them to investigate. It turns out to be Old Kellogg Sanatorium. You remember reading about this place in the papers. Crazy guy, obsessed with bodily and spiritual purity, charging rich people an arm and a leg to eat bad food for a few weeks. That sounds like the real thing. Almost. Main building. Let's see, Pete, what do you have to say? The Kellogg Ranch. I remember this place. What is it? A health retreat is what a fellow who runs the place calls it. He's got some unconventional ideas about health, but he's alright. Helped me out a fair bit after let's just say that I took a funny turn some time back. So there's the main building, gymnasium, barn, and Hagar's Agav. Anything else? Can I do anything? Ow. Can I do anything with... Ow, dagnabbit. How about this one? Ouch. Well, let's go to the main building and see what's up. It's a list of draconian fitness rules to the guests of the sanatorium had to adhere to. There's a loose board here with fingerprints on it. Pry it up. There's a key ring hidden under the board. Good thing I checked. Now you get into places. A grotesque anatomical chart. They got the spleen mixed up with the liver. And that looks like a monkey. And that looks like a ghost. You know what? Let's go to the petting cemetery first, because I think that the skeleton that we just saw there is something I need to take. El Vibrato! That's a big construct there. Let's take care of it. Bink, bink. Bye. Give me them scraps. Only one? Oh well. Only one. How many XP do I have? 225. I'll take the bull stomp for now. Save the rest. Something else I can do for you, fella? I noticed you're missing pack rat. Yeah, some damn fool hippie stole it. No idea what they wanted it for. There's a reward for anyone who recovers it. Sure, I'll get it. Great! Here, I'll mark the place on your map. What about the other one? Apparently I can only do one thing at a time, or... I noticed you're missing ape. Yeah, that ridiculous fool Kellogg stole it to use in anatomy lessons. I tried to tell him it's stupid to use an ape skeleton to teach human anatomy, especially when there's plenty of actual human skeletons out in the desert for free. He just wouldn't hear it though. Listen, I'll give you 50 meat to go and steal it back from him. 50 meat for a burglary? Hey, recovery, not burglary. And hey, that's years of your membership paid back. Maybe as many as, well, you look like a risk taker. 3? Okay, I'll get it. Wonderful, you got it at the Kellogg Ranch down south of here. I'm on my way. What about the last one? Not yet, not yet. I noticed you're missing buffalo. I never actually had a buffalo, but I said I better still up just in case. If you can find me enough buffalo bones for a whole skeleton, I'll buy them off you for 50 meat. Okay, I'll see what I can do. Great, here's a list of parts. There's a place called Buffalo Pile to the east. That's probably your best bet. I'm on my way. This is a list of all the bones in the buffalo. Okay. Need one more scrap to make a keystone. Although I should maybe make a battery. Let's go to the buffalo pile now that it's there. You come across a deserted campsite. There are signs of a struggle, but the only intact object is a crate with military stencils on it. You think they're military at least. It's hard to tell with all the mushrooms. Oh yeah, the crate is also like covered with mushrooms. I kind of buried the lead there. It looks pretty flimsy, but you're not 100% sure you want to touch it. Don't touch it. The mushrooms do bad things. Let's open it with the crowbar. You pry the lid off the crate, be careful to avoid the mushrooms, just in case, and grab the supplies inside. Army-filled trauma kit and a silver bullet. Yo, lots of stuff in here. 2 stuff. Oh, keep looting. Smelling salts and blood-building tonic. Now let's get back on the trail, soldier. Yes, sir. And there's a pile, alright, of bones. Buffalo, buffalo. Buffalo. Buffalo, buffalo. Buffalo, buffalo. Buffalo, buffalo. There is actually a correct English sentence with just buffalo in it. That is completely correct. You just say buffalo, 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 buffalo. 8 times buffalo. And it is grammatically correct English. English, it's a language, you know. So, this doesn't look good. This looks like a cult place. So, you made a house out of buffalo bones, huh? It's covered with a bunch of weird cards. Take a look at one. Pestilent Bear. Weird. Blood-soaked Spectre. What kind of game is this? Tarot cards. Postulant Centaur. Gross. Horse-sized Amoeba. Weird. Blood-soaked Rhinoceros. Horrible. Nauseating Rhinoceros. Infectious Spider. So grim. Gore-splattered Witch. Abominable Chimera. Oozing Gargoyle. Yuck. You hear a lot of activity down the corridor. Chanting, shuffling with robes, clattering bones. Scary stuff. You really shouldn't go down there. Try the other door then. Interesting music in this place, by the way. It's covered in big beakers. It's a giant vat of blood. Great. It's a vat of milk. That's less threatening than the blood. A giant vat labeled Ecor. Nasty. It's a giant vat filled with lemonade. Okay. Atop the slab, there's a skeleton-shaped indentation with a buffalo skull-shaped indentation where the normal human skull-shaped indentation should be. That's a good thing to keep in mind, and if you end up in possession of bones, necessary to fill in the indentation. But also, if there's an otherwise human-shaped indentation of a human skeleton, but the head is with a buffalo, that means somebody's trying to make a minotaur here. And also, you look through the bars and see hundreds of buffalo human skeleton hybrids locked in here. 3 to a cell. The keys are hanging right next to the door. You could let some out if you wanted, but they look pretty angry. I'll fight them soon enough, I think. These shelves are filled with hundreds of crates, each full of buffalo and human bones, carefully sorted. Grab a buffalo's worth. You consult the list the guy at the Penning Cemetery gave you and grab all the bones. Box of buffalo bones. You'll be so happy to get these. You sure will. This wooden box contains enough bones to build exactly 1 buffalo skeleton. Hey, this is clearly a good toilet. Flush it. Whee! It's a little wooden container filled with reading material. Investigate. You flip through and find 1 book relevant to your interests. Advanced cowpunching. Yes. Thick skin increases armor, protecting from melee attacks. Gore, attack an entire row of enemies. And Brawny increases maximum HP. I'll take the gore. You read all of the book's inconvenient truths about goring. Unfortunately, you accidentally gored the book into bits while practicing what you've learned. Crap. This is clearly the bad toilet. Flush it. Whee! There's a pile of trash next to the bad toilet. Dig it. There's a pile of trash and there's a slip of pink paper in here. Discipline slip. Looks like one of the necromancer's cultists got written up. 2 or more of these and he'll be ritually eviscerated. Nothing personal, it's just corporate policy. Examine it. Read over the infraction listed on the slip. It looks like one of the cultists was gathering dangerous mushrooms. Curious. You stick the slip into your journal. I should check that out. So now we have the road west of the mountains, ley lines, Hell's Storm Ranch, and dangerous mushroom don't really know what to do with the information. If only you knew more about mycology. So we need to find a expert in mushrooms. Bones rule! A Spartan cot. It's locked. Open it. A black hood, bottle of buffalo tranquilizers, and 108 meat. This heavy glass bottle is labeled Buff Out Buffalo Tranquilizers and has a handful of pills rattling around in it. Well, if it was Buff Out in Fallout, that would increase our strength and our endurance. Totally not the thing that this does. This is the kind of hood that minions of the Necromancer might wear. Or you could wear it, I guess, now that you've got it. Spell damage. It's a decent sized wardrobe. I did it. You settle in amongst the thick black robes. It's pretty comfortable. Wait. You wait and finally hear some noises outside as a couple of cultists pass through on their way from somewhere to somewhere else. You don't catch much of what they say, but what you do hear is, it's milk before blood. Ritual is good, dog. Why can't you get this? Probably because it doesn't rhyme. So milk before blood. Gotta remember that. So blood first, then milk. I should actually write this down. Excuse me. Monitor and everything else. So milk before blood. Alright, milk before blood. Wait, some more. You wait a while longer, and the cultists pass through again. This time you overhear something different. No, remember the rhyme, milk after blood. Ritual's a dud. Okay. You wait a while longer, and the cultists pass through again. This time you overhear Ecor after blood. Way to go, stud. Why is Stack having so much trouble with this? Ecor after
blood.
Wait some more. You wait a while longer and call this pass again. Ecor before blood, bad idea, bud. I'm not your bud. I'm not your pal, buddy. I'm not your buddy, pal. You wait a little longer, call this pass again. This time you overhear something different. No, dog. Not it at all. Remember, blood before milk. As obsolete as the word thilk. That's kind of a stretch. Milk after Ecor, might as well try to reanimate Wicker. That's too long to remember. Ecor after blood, way to go, stud. Anything about the lemonade? Apparently not, so let's leave. So it's milk before blood and Ecor after blood, so it's milk, blood, Ecor. That's the skull? Yeah! It's empty. There's a wicked-looking and leather-bound tome on this pedestal. Take it. Fundamentals of Nexmex. Raise skeletal buddy skill. This book contains some basic rituals and incantations of Nexmex, enough to get a single skeleton up and moving around at least. A very sloppy cot. Lockpicking 3, a serious padlock on it. Okay. It seems like I've gone through all the place. Yeah. Take one. Oversized chemical beaker. So it's milk. Collect some. You open the milk faucet and fill the beaker a third of the way up. And then it's blood. Open the blood faucet, pour some blood into the already partially full beaker, and then Ecor. Liquid in the beaker begins to bubble. Watch the reaction. Steam rises from the beaker as the reaction intensifies. The intense heat of the reaction fuses the Ecor spigot into a useless mass of metal. How will it end? The boiling subsides, and what's left in the beaker is... Yes? Tell me! When the smoke clears, you're left with a beaker full of liquid with this unmistakably buffalo reanimating fluid. It's unmistakable because somehow the reaction caused the beaker to become labeled, and the label says that it's buffalo reanimating fluid. That's just science. This is a beaker full of foul bubbling fluid that you concocted from the ingredients of those giant vats at Buffalo Pile. You haven't got anything to collect it in. Nothing you're willing to ruin, at least. Let's see if I can get another beaker. Take one. And collect some lemonade. You open the faucet and fill the beaker a third way up with lemonade. The liquid in the beaker begins to bubble. Watch the reaction. Steam rises, reaction intensifies, causes the lemonade faucet to get clogged up. The boiling subsides of what's left in the beaker is... there's a saying in the scientific community, lemonade in, lemonade out. They've definitely proved it. A beaker of lemonade. Life did give me lemons. This is the most lemonade you've ever seen in one place, except for the gigantic vat of lemonade you got it from. Muscle and mysticality and moxie, 15 for the rest of the day. Cool. Can I make another one so I can drink 2 of them? For the next day? I mean, getting all of those stats up by 30 for one day. Oh yeah, clocked shot. Well, now I'll take milk. Milk does the body good after all. It's a very sizzling milk when you pour it. Unsurprisingly, after the reaction concludes, you're left with a big beaker full of milk. And you don't like milk very much, so you pour it down the floor drain and discard the beaker. That was pretty anticlimactic. Let's see if I can now use this. Leave the slab alone. So I need a skull. Let's go fight. Got to jump on him. Let's see. So 1, 2, 3 reduces the muscles of all of them by 8. Move. And all the enemies. Ow. Whiff. Ow. Okay, they're a lot tougher than I expected. I needed to get that out of the way. Okay, let's get you. Ow. Whiff. Ow. They're gonna kill me if I don't kill them. Good thing I got tons of dynamite, so I can use that. Take that. Take it. Is there anything else I can do? Heal me! Iron poison, the target will get wet. The target will... You will deal 28 to 30 damage to this target. I'll just keep on throwing dynamite. You'll be dead soon. I'll use the serval bullet on this guy because he takes more damage from it. More dynamite! One more dynamite! And I punch you! Good thing I have all those dynamite. These guys are ridiculously tough. Ugh, some of them hadn't really finished decomposing. Hooray! Okay, they didn't give me a skull. Okay, so if I go backwards, that's when I'm gonna meet with the cultists, it seems. Okay. I wonder where I'm gonna get a buffalo skull, though. Maybe it is from all those guys and the reanimated buffaloes, but now that I got the bones, let's go to the cemetery and give him the bones. Not yet. Yes, got him right here. Well, this will do fine. Just fine. Excuse me while I go wire these together real quick. He sets the skeleton up on the pedestal, then returns and gives you a pouch of meat. Cool. Not friend, any luck? There's something else I can do for you, fella? Nope. Let's go see this buffalo. This is a buffalo skeleton. You know everything about it already. Now let's go to Kellogg's. A Fort of Darkness. Let's go to Kellogg's and see if we can take that thing that we need to take. There's a skeleton out here in the desert. It's not very strange because people die all the time in the desert. This skeleton, though, is doing arm curls with a pair of iron dumbbells. He doesn't have any muscles, but somehow his bones are extremely ripped and or swole. That doesn't even begin to make sense. Gotta fight him. He is a thick-boned dude. Didn't die in one hit, but this'll do it. Woo! Extra large boots. He also carrying some kind of brochure? Kellogg Ranch brochure. Skeletons with big bones have big feet, apparently. It's a brochure, you're sure of it, bro. It's just a brochure about a weird combination dude ranch sanatorium down south. There's nothing in it you don't already know, so you toss it. Okay. So that's another way of us finding out about the Kellogg place. I found it myself, and then afterwards we found 2 encounters where I get the information about the Kellogg Ranch. The other one being the petting cemetery. So right now I'm wearing my thick leather boots that deal extra damage for a bull stomp, which I don't even use. I'd say the extra large boots is what I should be wearing. Definitely. How's my armor now? Back to 11. If I change my pants back, I would have more again. So I got 400 to spend. I still need that 1,000 for this. Although, I could, get the leather workery, go back to the table where I do all the leather working, and I can make some extra good stuff. Seriously, really seriously enchanted leather goods out of infernal leather. I'll think about it. For now, let's go get that ape skeleton, return it, and call it a day. It's the ape skeleton from the petting cemetery. Take it. You fold up the ape skeleton and stuff it in your pocket. Now that's how it works, you just stuff it in. It's a silly game, of course it works. You spy a patch of loco weed growing next to the trail. You hop down for a closer look just to make sure it's not the loco grass or loco flowers. You do a quick backflip and then make some funny noises by ratcheting your arm up and down with your hand in your armpit. The loco weed giggles, loosening its roots just enough for you to pluck a handful of it out of the ground and bring it into a little bottle. We got some loco weed extract. Crazy stuff. Crazy, crazy stuff indeed. Let's see what kind of stuff it is. What does it do? Kellogg must have used this for anatomy lectures, which probably made some of his students feel self-conscious about the length of their arms. You're just crazy about this stuff. No, wait, I meant because of, not about. This type is used in combat. Gives you 2 action points when used in combat. Ooh, that's cool. Any luck with my pack rat? No. Any luck in recovering my ape skeleton? I just happen to have it right here. Marvelous. Well done. Welcome back, old friend. He puts the skeleton back on his pedestal and gives you a pouch of meat. Thanks. Let's go see the ape. There it is. This is an ape skeleton. Please keep your damn dirty hands off of it. The management. Nice reference to Planet of the Apes. Well, now let's just end it here, and next time, who knows what we're gonna do? We'll find out. Well, thank you everybody for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed, and I hope you all have a good evening, good afternoon, and a good morning, and I will see you all next time. Take care, people. Bye.